I'm Ethel Mondaka.
Hi, I'm Audrey Hernandez.
And I'm Diana Velasquez. And our project is on the idea that the Hispanic culture has not progressed in terms of feminism as it has throughout the rest of society. And in particular, we're going to be touching on 3 topics, including Latina women in the workforce, the idea that women have to do everything for men, and how there's a drastic difference in what women can do versus what men can do. Like what you witness between like your mom and your dad. What's one thing that stands out to you that ties to like the woman having to do everything that the man asks for?
Well, like, my mom and dad are kind of like pretty modern, but when my grandma took care of me, which is like half my life, she would like, my grandpa would come home from work, he would just sit down. He wouldn't even get his like drink or plate. Like, he would expect everything to be there.
It's kind of like what you told us about your dad, right?
Yeah, my dad's pretty much the same way. Like anywhere we go, whether it's like even at home or if we're going to like a family party or anything like that, he always just sits down and expects one of us to serve him, and it's like he has to have everything that he needs before any of us can sit and eat ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's like a matter of putting him first and making sure he's taken care of before we can do anything for ourselves.
Like, my grandpa would probably like make me get get him a soda from like the garage instead of him getting it himself, you know?
Yeah. What
Like,
about for you?
Like with my dad, like it's mostly just my mom that would make me do those things. Like my dad, he wouldn't mind if I didn't do them, but my mom would be like, "Oh, get this for your dad, give this to him or serve him and stuff like that." But my dad was never really he's not really like my mom. Like he wants me to do everything for him. Like he's more of just like, if she does it, okay. If she doesn't, then that's fine too.
Like recently, something that happened, it was for Thanksgiving, we had all of our food, like in all the different pots laid out on a table, and everyone was serving themselves up like whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
So when my dad came out, he had his plate like at his seat, and he was just like, "Oh, like where's the food?" And I said, "Oh, like they're all laid out on the table. Like you can go ahead and serve yourself."
He's like,
And he didn't say like, "No, serve me," but he kind of stayed looking at me like,
"Are you gonna
"Do
do
you
it?"
really think I'm gonna serve myself?" Like,
Yeah.
And so then I took his plate and served him food.
Were you mad when you did it, or were you like?
I wasn't upset just because I'm already used to it, but it does kind of suck. Like everyone's serving themselves. Like
Why can't you do
what's the
it?
big deal? Yeah.
Okay, well, like with my family, like with my mom and dad, like it's kind of more modern, but like my mom works too, and they work the same amount of hours, but she's still expected to cook,
To
and
get home
clean,
after, like,
and
a
like
long
she helps my
day.
sister with her homework and all that. While my dad comes home and watches TV. He doesn't worry about, oh, do the girls have food? Do they need help with their homework? While my mom, she does worry about
It's
that.
like a daily routine.
Yeah,
like,
she
it's
has
like work, get home, like help my kids, make food for
Yeah.
everybody, and then
Yeah, while my dad, he works, gets home, watches TV, and
he just chills. Like,
Yeah, he
and
chills.
your mom like keeps getting home from work. She still has to work.
Yeah. I think it's like that in a majority of families, whether you have a stay-at-home mom or not. Like the husband's not gonna come home and either help you clean, help you cook,
There's
help you whatever.
I feel like feminism has evolved, like in society, but within our Hispanic culture, it just has stayed the same.
So we all know that like in the workforce, it's already hard being a woman, and being a double minority makes it that much harder. But I think Audrey, you can give us a little insight on what your mom's experience has been like.
Yeah, it's a lot tougher for her because she has to work twice as hard to earn the respect a male just naturally gets. And she's one of the few women of color there, Latina women. So like when they're at meetings or something, they usually like ask her, as a Latina, how do you feel about this? But like they wouldn't ask that to a male or a woman, or a white woman.
So
say
they
that,
kind
you
of
know?
exclude her, but
Yeah.
include her at the same time.
Yeah, it's kind of like white privilege. Like, you wouldn't ask that someone else.
So like, do they ask her that because like, she works at a like school district, right? Is it because they want like her inside, since like most children now are like that attend like any school are like Hispanic? Is that
Yeah,
why
I
they
think
ask her?
that's why they ask her. So they kind of like include her, but she doesn't like being
Like
excluded at the
Separated.
same
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
like the first time I realized I was a feminist was like early high school, and that's when I like started like developing like these different like opinions and thoughts and everything. And when I would like express them at home, my mom like she would like kind of get mad because I wasn't like doing the things she wanted me to, or like I wasn't like giving her like that. How do you say like I really wasn't following her anymore, because as I got older, I realized I don't have to do that. Like for my brothers and stuff, like just because I'm like the only girl there, like besides my mom, doesn't mean I have to fulfill my brothers. Like
Yeah, I think for me,
wash for them or clean for them.
Yeah.
Pick up after them.
I think for me it's pretty similar. I think for me I became aware of it maybe like middle school, early high school, but for me it was more of like questioning, well, why do I have to do the dishes, or why do I have to
Yeah, that's
clean
how
up
I
after
think
dinner?
that's how it started.
But my mom and even my dad would always tell me like, just do what you're told and like don't ask questions.
I would ask my mom like, okay, if I can do this, why can't they do it themselves? And every time she's like, because you're a girl, like that phrase, because you're a girl, that just like it annoys me so much, because like, what does that even mean? Like they're like they.
Another response I also got a lot was, well, because they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to clean. They don't know how to do
it's true.
dishes. And it's like,
Why
well,
don't you teach
I
them?
didn't
If
know how
I
to
like
do
if we
it.
learned, we
Yeah.